Free speech has become a big topic of public debate at the moment, often in the newspapers. And I guess when many people think about free speech, they're thinking primarily of public events. So there have been all these no platforming controversies at universities where a controversial speaker is disinvited from coming onto campus. Important and pressing free speech questions relate to more private things that are part of everyday life of universities, not public events. So this is freedom of thought, what I'm thinking in my own mind, freedom for academics and their students to study whatever it is they like. And of course, what happens in private classrooms, for example, between students is a super important aspect of free speech and freedom of thought and freedom of academic inquiry in universities. Taking a step back, I do think it's quite easy for us to be for free speech. And generally, I personally really do support free speech and think that we should try to maximize it where we can. But of course, let's remember that in real life, outside of universities and everyday life, we do routinely edit what we say. In other words, we don't just say anything we like to our parents, for example, to our siblings, to our friends. For example, we may worry about hurting them. And also, and perhaps this is even more important, we're always being strategic in what we say when we talk to our parents, our siblings, our friends, and so on. These are people that we cooperate closely with in life. And what we want to do through the things that we say is to bring them on board with our way of thinking. In other words, to enhance our cooperation. So when we talk about free speech in the context of these close relationships, it's quite a particular thing. And I think all of us, if we reflect on our own experience, would say so. The same kinds of issues can also be true, I think, of academic inquiry. So let me just quickly give an example from my own experience. So in my academic career, I'm a social anthropologist. I focus primarily on the social anthropology of Taiwan and China. I did a lot of fieldwork there. And I felt I always had a lot of freedom, in fact, to study what I wanted and to do what I wanted and to say what I wanted and so on. So on the whole, I wouldn't say that I was constrained. But of course, in doing research on China and interacting with Chinese friends, colleagues, and students in particular, I was always very conscious of needing to take at least a bit of care in what I said and what I did. This is partly because, of course, as with my parents, for example, I don't want to say things that I feel will really hurt or offend them. But it's also because, again, these are people with whom I'm in a relationship, and it's important for me that they are on board with what I'm doing. I need to cooperate with them. Therefore, I have to take care in what I say. It's not just random words that I throw out when I'm talking with people who are my friends, students, colleagues who come from Chinese backgrounds. Of course, the more you're friends with people, the more you may realize that everything that you say and do can have implications for them too. And for anthropologists, this is a major issue when we're doing research. We really realize that our speech is not just about us. It has implications for those who may align themselves with us, who work with us and help us, and so on. So in short, it's complicated. Free speech is a very complex topic, as everybody knows. I think it's great that the Eden Center is organizing a series of events on teaching contested topics. I really hope that colleagues and students will be up for participating in this. It's an important thing. I think we can have a serious discussion about how we handle tricky topics in classroom settings. And I look forward to hearing the outcome from these discussions. Thank you.